Hello and welcome to Vista Voices. I'm your host, Chris Fasano, along with my co-hosts,
David Reed
and James Lynch.
And today we have a very special guest. We have Lauren Onishi from Vista Life Innovations Discover program, who is the admissions executive. And Lauren, it's great to have you on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. Amazing.
And my first question to you is, how did you make the transition from secretary to admissions executive? Was it difficult?
It actually was easy for me, to be honest with you. When I took this job, I used to be actually a care coordinator for people with dementia, ALS, and Alzheimer's. So it was a sad and harder job. And then I came to you guys, and there was so much happiness and positivity. So getting to know you guys just set me up so well and motivated to see you guys do good. And in admissions, we want to bring in people that you could possibly be friends with and be close with. So it really set me up wonderful, and you guys made it very easy.
Family.
Yes.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
And what is your favorite part of being in admissions?
Just getting to meet the students from beginning to, when I say end, from graduation,
Of course.
and keeping all those connections and all those relationships and seeing, you know the struggles sometimes, and it's hard for transition. So seeing that progress from the beginning to the end is definitely the best.
Do you like your new position, Lauren, in admissions?
I love it. I've actually been in admissions for almost 10 years. I work with a great team, but our Discover, our residential program, we are a huge team as well. Getting to know you guys, like I said, our March Madness fun, our talks about basketball, books.
Yeah.
It's more than just admissions, it's everything.
Figure out how we do that. We're engaged.
We'll make it happen, don't worry. March Madness, we're a team with that still.
How were you able to move to admissions again?
Sure. So my original job was actually in admissions, which a lot of people don't know. I took it to be closer to home and nice and close, and but I was always a part of admissions, but it was just kind of shaped a little differently because it was a different time. And I love working with people. I love working with families. So it was just an area that I knew that's exactly what I wanted to apply for, and it's worked out in more ways than you could ever imagine.
It was like part of it during the pandemic?
Yeah, it was actually from where I started, and then everything kind of shifted from the pandemic, right? We all had a lot of changes. Some are harder, some are easier, but some good things that came about us. We got a lot of new people coming in and people looking for programming. So we shift our department, and it was great. It worked out for us through the hard times, that's for sure.
Yes.
Did.
Oh yeah, and there was a time where you had departed from us for a little bit, that awkward time when you left.
I did. I was still working for Vista behind the scenes, but I did leave for a little bit, and I was so excited to be able to come back full time because it made me realize how much I missed you guys, and it's an amazing place. So I was very happy to pull back into that parking lot.
And David, I'll let you answer your question.
Okay. Lauren, what is your favorite part about working at Vista?
Definitely all my conversations and friendships that you make along the way, not only with staff, but with you guys as well. I know that even you're graduated and doing big things, I will still hear from everybody, and they'll still give me updates. The best part is seeing students that they might have struggled in the beginning, but to see where they are now in the community, just being independent, it's amazing. And I still keep in touch with everyone I possibly could, and I think that's the best part of my job. You couldn't get anywhere else, so it's the best. And you guys you've made it the best. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And I see you at reception still.
Oh, I'll always visit. You know I'll visit. I'm always here to help no matter what. I think that one thing about Vista, doesn't matter your position, as you guys know, we're all here to help you, right?
Yes.
Lauren, when did you first start working at Vista?
Absolutely, it was 2015. So I'm coming up on the 10-year mark. So yeah,
Yeah.
it went by fast. But I remember when you all came in.
I remember 2015 it goes by really fast.
Very fast.
Yeah.
Look we're almost in December. Very
Yeah, I
fast.
can't believe it.
Year's almost over.
Let's slow it down.
Well, we're running out of time, so thank you for being on the show, Lauren.
Thank you, Lauren.
Thank you guys so
Thanks,
much for
Lauren.
having me. I would never say no to you. You guys are amazing, and you should be so proud of yourself.
Okay.
And all of you can look forward to more exciting episodes of Vista Voices during the holiday season. Thank you.
Hi everyone, welcome to Lynch's Monthly Sports Jam. I am your host, James Lynch, and today we are going to explore the NFL trade deadline that took place on November 4th. It was a year ago, about after the 2024 offseason, that the NFL got approval from team owners after the majority of them voted unanimously to move the deadline from week 8 to week 9. This was because of there being 17 games now in each season, which makes more time for teams to assess themselves in the standings to decide whether they are a contender or want to rebuild for the long term. So it is no longer in October, with that being the first Tuesday in November, at least for now, until the collective bargaining agreement expires after the 2030 season. Way back in time, it used to be in week 6 of the season before it got moved in 2012 to week 8 for no particular reason. The trade deadline is a time that you must make a trade before 4:00 p.m. Eastern Time, deciding whether you want to sell rentals or even long-term players, or try to trade for them, known as a buyer. With there being only so little time to learn a new playbook, because football is only once a week, not a lot of trades are made during the season. But I would say the players are smart enough to learn a new team system quick enough to help them contend for the playoffs and beyond. I thought the New York Jets made good trades, building for the future, getting multiple draft picks in the 2026 and 2027 drafts. Sauce Gardner's contract is able to be treatable, as the team management confirmed it was intentional for them to have no control. That is good news, as we Jet fans can only believe the Jet front office and head coaches will make good draft picks. Of all the compensation, what should be cheaper, despite Garrett Wilson, their number 1 wide receiver, having only the biggest contract now? We went into the NFL today, something new. Have a nice Thanksgiving. Thanks as always for joining me on Lynch's Monthly Sports Jam. We will see you next time.
Hello and welcome to Real Deal. I'm your host, host, Chris Fasano, and today I'll be reviewing Guillermo del Toro's take on the mercurial story Frankenstein. Throughout centuries, there have been countless movie iterations of Mary Shelley's 1861 classic aforementioned book. I'm happy to report that this version peaks very high above the rest thanks to a brilliant production with usage of practical makeup and effects and impeccable direction and acting. Oscar Isaacs hams it up while bringing tons of resolve as the role of the troubled mad scientist Victor Frankenstein, and Mia Goth is quite a surprise, bringing depth and vulnerability not seen in her characters before. The story begins in Antarctica, where an army discovers the inscrutable Dr. Frankenstein, and he begins to narrate the circle of events from his perspective as his monster treads closer. We learn that Victor's life was marred with tragedy and having his younger brother William favored. For as long as he could remember, Victor had an obsession with death, and that never escaped him. This version of Frankenstein succeeds at being a Greek tragedy by dealing with heavy themes such as intelligence and humanity in a subtle and creative fashion. The script is tight and keeps the film moving thanks to flourishes of brilliance with familiar myth. Even when there is expository dialogue, the film keeps your eyes peeled thanks to beautiful art direction and body accents. The actual depiction of the famous monster is very well done and perfectly acted by Jacob Elordi. Despite inconsistencies with the script, I highly recommend this movie. I give it an 8.5 out of 10. Thank you for watching and happy Thanksgiving.
Hi, welcome to David's Dugout. Hi, I am David Reese, and I am going to talk about this week's sports highlights. This week in college football, UConn continues with a great season. They should qualify for this week in college football. UConn continues with a great season. They should qualify for a bowl game, and they continue to get better. This week in college basketball, the season has gotten started, and the UConn men's and women's basketball teams are off to a successful start as both teams are undefeated. This week in NFL, the New England Patriots continue with a surprise. This week in NFL, the New England Patriots continue with their surprise start with a 9-2 start and first place in the AFC East. My favorite game of the week is New England Patriots versus Cincinnati Bengals on Sunday, November 23rd. The game I am looking forward to next is Yale versus Harvard college football game on Saturday, November 22nd. See you next time at the dugout.
Hi, I'm your host, Dunalago. This is Stanley's Football Facts. Los Angeles Rams has won the 7th game of the season and the first win in NFC West Division with San Francisco 49ers. The next game is NFL Week 11 is Yellow Seahawks on Sunday, November 16, 2025 at SoFi Stadium at Inglewood, California. Los Angeles Rams and Seattle Seahawks in the same division together in NFC West. This is the first game between Seattle Seahawks and Los Angeles Rams. During the game, Seattle Seahawks will have to struggle the whole game of Los Angeles Rams defense. Los Angeles Rams will dominate the Seattle Seahawks easily. Seattle Seahawks will have the first loss for the division, and the Los Angeles Rams will have 5 winning streaks for the 25th season, and the Los Angeles Rams will go 8 wins and 2 losses, and they will take the lead of NFC West Division. Check out more about the Los Angeles Rams next time. See you later.
Hi, I'm Jack Calver, and welcome to a special segment of the Math Corner called the Drawing Board, where I walk you through mathematical proofs. This episode consists of hyperbolic identities. Cue the hyperbola! We first defined the hyperbolic cosine as cosh as e to the t plus e to the negative t all over 2. We then define the hyperbolic sine as sin h, as e to the t minus e to the negative t all over 2. Another way to think of it is that x plus y equals e to the t and y minus x equals e to the negative t. Cue the 6 basic functions. This is the sum rule of differentiation. It is needed to validate the differential identity of sin and cosh. We also use it in polynomials much later. Pause the video and read. These are the hyperbolic identities, which I will use in a proof of the trigonometric identities. Pause the video and read. As a bonus, the hyperbolic tangent depends only on those of the hyperbolic tangent of a sum of angles depends only on the hyperbolic tangents of the 2 original angles. Pause the video and read. Well, that's all I have for today. Tune in next time on the Math Corner to see an application I found for the RSA triangle solution. Hi, I'm Jack Calver, and this has been the Drawing Board.